Hey everybody, welcome to the Learn With Me stream. I am Ashley. I work for NVIDIA as a connection evangelist for Omniverse Exchange. Basically what I do is help developers make extensions. So I started this series some time ago where I explore parts of Omniverse that are new to me and see how developing extensions can help accelerate my workflow or connectors or different apps. And yeah, here we are. So what do we have? Housekeeping, as usual. Before I get started today, I want to reshare this document I have, which I will put in the chat. So in this document, there are a variety of references. So the first one is the community calendar. This is a calendar you can add to your own calendar. I go through it every stream, and my stream is on here. I label it as LWM for Learn With Me. Excuse me, I have something stuck in my throat. I'm going to mute myself for a second. Okay, I think I'm good now. So the Learn With Me is Monday and Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern time or 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then we have our Engineering, Design, and Omniverse, which is every Thursday. That is with Eric. We have started a new weekly series with the Isaac Sim team, and they go through different robotics. That we have our developer office hours with Maddie, and we have our weekly Wednesdays, which is one happening today. It's normally at 2 o'clock Eastern time, but today it's going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern time, so an hour after I finish. And it's going to be an introduction to 3D SimReady Assets. And so Bo, who did the GTC session and was a special guest on mine, is going to be talking about 3D assets and answering all your questions. I'm going to be on it as well, just chit-chatting and sharing what I've learned so far. And funny thing is, Bo told me today that I actually picked a difficult, a complex design to model with, which is so funny because I thought I was picking a very easy object to model, but I guess because of its shape, it's like a very rounded shape, and its small details, it is kind of complex. So that is something I'm going to be bringing up in the stream with Bo, and we can go over if you are anywhere between like a higher level beginner and an intermediate modeler, what would be a good asset for you to begin with, because maybe the trash can is not. With that said, there is Bo's GTC session on this reference page and the landing page for the SimReady Assets. Also, Zia Ideas, who is in the chat now and is a regular on the Omniverse Discord, sent me this really, really awesome tutorial. It's for an intermediate skill level. So if you're someone like me who has an understanding of modeling but just needs to learn a workflow a little bit better and understand best practices, this is from Heavy Poly, also known as Von Lin, and he has created this tutorial. It's about 6 hours long, and there's lots of different videos. It costs $27 or more if you want to pay more, which I feel like is a really, really, really cheap 6-hour tutorial. I started it last night. Just in the first 20 minutes, I have learned so much. So I really recommend this. And they also have a free video that I put in that reference doc of like an intro to Blender. This is 2.9M plus, and he works mostly on Mac. He's also like really customized his Blender to look different, if I can find it. Well, his Blender looks more like a CAD software, so very interesting. But mostly I wanted to link this because they have a GitHub. It will not let me log into it. If I can show you this GitHub, you download this GitHub, and this GitHub has a bunch of different Python scripts that you can put into your Blender to make your workflow faster, a bunch of different pie menus, so you don't have to be clicking all over the place and try to find different menus. So really, really, really recommend going to this and clicking on the GitHub. My internet is bugging out. All right. Well, you don't have, we're not going to watch that video anyway, but you should watch it. All right, and then the rest of the stuff here is just leftover from before, different references for Blender and training for synthetic data generation with Replicator. Just a great blog done by my project manager, Maria, and Akil Daka, who's on the synthetic data team. So just that's in there because I just love it so much and I think it's cool. And of course, SimReady Assets apply to that stuff. Basically, that's what you're creating SimReady Assets for, is synthetic data generation. All right. Anything I'm missing in the chat as I rambled on? Yeah, heavy poly secret sauce, right? I know. I'm definitely excited to finish this crab bot. It's gonna be very cool. So yeah, I'm not sponsored by Holly Poly. Heavy Poly has not paid me to say anything. Just putting that out there. I just thought it was really great, and Zia shared it with me, so I wanted to share it with all of you. Okay, let's move into the Blender file today. So move my face out of the way. I've put a little to-do sticky note so I can remember what we need to get done today. And I'm just going to move on with unwrapping the UVs. I was really struggling with like trying to get this little thing to be accurate. Oh my gosh, this is what I learned from Heavy Poly. Like the first thing I learned, and I was really excited about it. If y'all remember, I was viewing my reference as like a different viewport, and the shading was different so that I could see the rendering of like this plane where I added an image material to it. In Heavy Poly's crab bot, like the first thing you learn to do is you do that split screen thing, and then you change it from viewport, this little button here, to image editor. And then you can open up or just drag and drop your image, your reference image, which you could have tons of these. Like you can make more of these viewports and have all your different references around. So yeah, I'm doing that instead of the different viewport. It's one of the first things I learned. I was very excited about it. Okay. This I was struggling with to get to look like the handle. So I'm just going to move on. I would like to get to the USD conventions part. Maybe I'll come back to this later if I have time, but as Bo has said, I have picked a very complex model. So I just did a little bit more beveling off stream. Yeah, I just added some bevels here just to round it out a bit, but yeah, let's just connect them. And that was this guy. Let me go back into object mode. So this one and this one, and then it's oh, I gotta turn my shortcut display on so you guys can see what I'm doing. Control J. Whoa! What happened? Maybe I need to apply the mirror modifier. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. Okay, let's apply this. Apply. Whoa. Don't apply this. No, don't apply that one. Apply this. Now I can probably put them together. Nope. Why is it doing that? Yes, you can use pure ref for reference. Yes, so we were using that before, but if you are limited on screen space, this is good. I have a whole another monitor over there that I would put my pure ref on. But if you have one monitor, then use this. Or if you're doing what I'm doing, streaming, and you need people to see what you're doing, that too. Glad y'all reminded me about that. Did the new layout remove the outliner? Yes, it did. I don't know how to get it back. So that's why I keep like bouncing back and forth between these two. I don't know how to get this back. If anyone knows, let me know, because I don't. Now I don't understand what's happening. When I try to join them together. Oh, maybe I have to apply this? Now I should be able to join them together, right? Nope. What's this cube? It's weird. And I tried to join them by clicking the handles first and then the cap, and it did this. I don't know why. All my normals are flipping on joining. Oh. Crabbot was recommended to another NVIDIA streamer. Oh, was it the Isaacson one? All right, let's go into edit mode. I think it's this one where the normals are messed up. Edit mode, shift N, recalculate normals. Now let's try. Oh. This is the high poly one. This is the one, not the one I want. There we go. This is the one I was looking for. So I need to undo all that. How far can I go back? Oh, I can't go back far enough, and I like applied. Oopsies. Let's hide this one. That looks weird. Oh, I have to hide this cube. That's what the cube is. Okay, that looks fine. To get outliner, you can split a new window and select outliner instead of image editor. So this one is outliner. There it is. Oh, cool. Thank you. This one has like, I think I'm just gonna add a loop. I don't want to do that. Okay, that looks better. Oh, it's... How do I get rid of these ugly edges without subdividing it too much? I'm gonna... If it's these, I will... Oh. No, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave it. All right, let's put them together. And let's look at their UVs. Right click on it in object mode, and second option, shade auto smooth. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Couldn't remember. Okay. Add a material to it and see how its checker looks. I think I'm fine with this. I'm not sure if I'm going to go in Substance because I might be able to use the materials that are in Omniverse first, but once I get all of like the USD stuff done today, we can bring it to Omniverse, and if those materials don't work as well as I want them to and we need to customize a little bit, then we'll bring it into Substance and paint over it and stuff. I gotta connect my Wacom tablet over here. Oh man, I'm not starting over. That's crazy. This has been a long stream series. What size should our checkerboard be for SimReady? Oh, so I asked this question to Bo, like, what is the poly count that we should be aiming for? Game ready means that it is like as low poly as you can get without sacrificing the amount of detail that you want. And then there's high poly models, which usually you use to project onto a low poly model, or just you use for 3D printing, or if you just don't care about you know, putting into a game and you're just sculpting for fun. And then there's like mid poly that Bo told me the Lightspeed team calls it. And so I think when you are modeling, you want to look for a mid poly, which I think we're kind of at. We're like low to mid poly here. And that affects the UV tiling, I believe. And that's why we don't get as dense of the checkerboard pattern. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it means. Okay, now let's look at the trash can. So this is my lid, my finished lid. Where did I put that trash can? There's the trash can. Wait, that's not the right one. That's not what I want. Oh, I didn't attach the can handles yet? I thought I did that. Yes, that's the low poly version. Can handles, and then these, and then join. Whoa. Oh, because I have to apply my modifiers. Apply the mirror. Apply that thingy. Apply that thingy. What did this one do? Subsurface base. I don't think I want to apply that. Okay, now I can join. Oh. Why is it? Oh, probably because of the shade smooth thing. Whoa. There we go. Why did the shade auto smooth look so weird? Interesting. Are SimReady models different from regular 3D models? Yes, they are. So you have to watch Bo's GTC session, or actually, let's ask him that in the session at 3 o'clock today, and we can get like the Bo answer. But from my understanding of SimReady Assets, they are simulation ready 3D models, and they are digital copies of a real world object. So I'm making this like brute trash can. I'm not going to put the branding on it, but it is going to look the same and act the same that a brute trash can would in real life. So I have to model it first, and then I get it ready to bring into USD, and we as NVIDIA are making an Omniverse app that is going to be the SimReady app. I can't remember its name exactly. It's on the Omniverse Discord. Where's that SimReady channel? There it is. Okay, so here's the SimReady channel, and Bo has talked about it before. SRS toolkit. So that's not out yet, but when it is out, you're going to be able to allow or create the simulation stuff you need for it, like the colliders, the mass, how it interacts with the world. So is it heavier at its base? So when you drop it, how does it fall? Or when it gets hit by something, how does it collide with others? So when someone is using it in their digital twin, say you have like a city, you got, a brute trash can falls. So I'm imagining this in synthetic data when you're training like an autonomous vehicle. So you got a car, it's autonomous. It's like driving through the city. It's driving behind a truck, and it can see the trash can truck, right? But then this like trash can falls off the truck. How does that bounce in real world? How does it bounce in the real world? How would it break? How would its in the digital world, how would its mesh be affected? In the real world, how would its body be affected? And then the car needs to be able to recognize pieces that fall off of it, recognize it bouncing in the road. So you want to have something that's simulation ready for those kind of training models. I hope that was enough information. Okay. I added them together. So I have a whole lid now, and I have a whole can now. And let me just double check these UVs because I don't think I unwrapped them. UV editing. I have all selected, unwrap. That looked really weird. What's it look like? I do have some distortions on these UVs, which is not ideal, but I'm moving forward. This is a little bit distorted. I'd have to figure out where that is. I'm not quite sure why. UVs are not my strong suit. I'm going to learn more about UVs when I do heavy polys tutorial. So maybe I'll come back and be able to fix this. But the thing that I learned about USD conventions, I was for like the 7th time rewatching Bo's GTC session, which is on the NVIDIA On Demand. It looks like Zia put it in the Twitch chat. I will put it in the YouTube chat. And around the 15-minute mark, they start getting into the naming conventions. So our Lightspeed team, the SimReady team, has a very particular way to name their assets,
so that others know what each piece of that model represents. If you just heard, I think I'm sharing audio. If you just heard what Bo said, you don't have to be as particular as the SimReady team, but you do want to make sure that when you're naming your model, that if someone opens up your model, they know exactly which each piece is. Like right now, I have it just as like, what is it, like cylinder can handles 1 and cylinder 004. So this is not appropriate. Like no one knows what that is. So I'm going to change it. And then another part of getting it USD ready is having a dummy object. Many artist structure and models.
Let's skip through this a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see, you might have trouble seeing it on your screen, but it's like SM stands for SimReady, mobile container? Yeah, mobile container. And then there's like the body and the door and the joints. So you know what each part means.
then they go into 3ds Max. I don't have 3ds Max. I'm also not familiar with 3ds Max, so I don't want to have to learn a whole new software or like its UI and stuff. But they create a dummy
Place
object.
it at the origin, and then link all the other container geometry in the scene to it. This dummy object will be converted on export and become the root XForm node,
root XForm node that all of the transforms are going to be parented to. So if you've opened up Omniverse before, you've probably seen that root node, that root XForm, and then all of the meshes are underneath it. So that's basically what we're doing here. And so I was like, how do you do that in Blender? And before the stream, I looked it up and I found this really great article. I did put it in the resource doc, but I'll also link it. It does a very detailed blog on how to do this. So basically we create an empty plain axes, put it at the bottom of our object, and then we control P. We have that selected, and then we select all of our objects, and we control P them together, can parent them to that object or make them children of that object, and the object is the parent. So what I need to do in my to-do list, name the objects properly, and then create the dummy object and parent to all transforms. So let's do that. I need to fix my preferences. I downloaded Heavy Poly's scripts, and now when I click tab, I go into edit mode. But when I click tab again, it does, I think it does the shading, or see, it adds like a subsurface. I don't go back into object mode, so I don't know why. Oh, that's an ugly distortion right there. Okay. Let's call this, hide these. I'm gonna delete this cube. Delete this. And I just have these now. So let's call this, I'm gonna copy the Lightspeed team and their naming convention. I'm sure they would appreciate that I do that. So SM, and this is, we'll call this trash can lid. Get rid of that subsurface thing I accidentally put on there. Subsurface is the subdivision modeling method I mentioned, but it can be tricky to learn other people's shortcuts. Yes. Yeah, I gotta see the tutorial that Heavy Poly references or has made, and why he references the subsurface, and see how that works. But the only thing is I want to fix my preferences so that when I click tab and I go into edit mode, when I click tab again, it goes back into object mode like it used to do. Trash can lid underscore A01. Yeah, that probably would be good. So it'd be like it's the asset 001. Let's do trash can. So three names. I guess namespace of 3 is appropriate. But I don't want like trash can lid to like get lost in that. Yeah, we'll just do that. No, Bo said like we're kind of changing this a little bit. This is just like the SimReady's thing, but I'm still gonna ask him. That's gonna be one of my questions for him, is like naming conventions. All right, and then this one is SM. Let's do trash can base A001. Okay, let's do that dummy object now. So Shift A, empty, plain axes. Put it right at the bottom. there. And then select and Control P. He needs the other way around. These, Control P. There we go. So now they are in the empty. So if I move my empty around, it moves the can. Moved all of it. How come when I move the blue? Because it was like following this little thing. I learned that in Heavy Poly's tutorial too. It's like if you move this, it will move towards your anchor. So you can like set the anchor wherever you want. I would want it to be like in the middle. It's still like messed up. I'm trying to move the lid down a little bit. Oh, let me. I don't know why. It like goes to the side. That's really weird. Okay, I give up. Okay, so now we can export it, right? Let's look.
Transform node within Omniverse for the entire model. And as such, he also ensures that its naming matches the components that he named in the previous.
Oh, okay, I have to name it. So A01_01. Oh, okay, wait. So SM, mobile container, A01, and then what it is, its body. Oh, I'm going to go and change that. So this is trash can, asset, 01, base. And then what do they do, like A01 again? Where'd that go? Oh, 01, just again. I wonder why they add that number at the end. I guess if there was two bodies, they could properly... No, because there's two doors and they do door 01 and door 02. I'm not sure. Hit X, Y, or Z to lock the access. Oh, when I'm moving the thing?
Yes, section.
I want to lock it in the Z. Oh, that changed the render because of the pies that I have. So I think it's after I activate grab. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there we go. But it's still like when I intersect with it, I guess it moves. Okay, so after I activate, I click it, I press Z, and now I can only move in Z. It's still messing up. I really don't know what I did to it. Yeah, move access ortho Z. Oh well, good enough. In Modo, the idea with clicking on tab lets us quickly toggle the model between sub-D and non-sub-D, and that way we can model without sub-Ds on, but quickly check the result of our edits as viewed in sub-Ds. Important as sub-Ds will be part of our final output. Oh, right. Okay, that's right, because Heavy Poly is moving from Modo to Blender, and so he wanted to mimic his workflow from Modo. Gotcha. Okay. So I need to see what I can like set my short key to when I'm in edit mode to move back to object mode. All right, so let's change this. What time is it? We got time. Trash can underscore A01 lid 01. And it's empty would be trash can A0101. Now can I export it?
When it comes to exporting the model, he uses the Omniverse connector and points it to his local hard drive. Using the connector, he could also export to a shared nucleus drive if he preferred. It's worth...
Yeah, there's a connector for 3ds Max. We're using the branch right now. So we're gonna use this Omniverse tab and we're gonna export to USD. Let's put it in my local host. So this is my local nucleus on my PC. And we'll put it in my projects. Oh, I always double click. I just need to click once. Let's create a new folder and call this Blender. And let's name this SM trash can A0101. Just to follow that. I want to I'm going to turn all of this off so it's only what's visible, and that's these. Visible only. Stage, there you go. I don't need to export materials, so let's get rid of all of that because I'll do the materials in Omniverse. Geometry. Normals, UV, maps. Export types. I don't care about my cameras, lights, materials, just meshes and transforms. Lights, blah, blah, blah. Rigging, I don't need it. I don't have rigging. No animation. Particles, I don't have any particles. I'm just going to turn them off just so it doesn't look for them. I'm not sure if it matters or not, but because I don't have it. All right, I think this is good. Let's click OK. Did it just crash? I didn't save it either. I did not save that. I did not save that. I didn't save any of that work. I really hope that it's there. I'm scared. I'm scared to go look. Why didn't I save? Why didn't I save? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe it's in my nucleus. Like a million bookmarks. Let's go to my local. Something went wrong. It restarted. I cannot believe I did not save it. Maybe there's an auto, maybe the autosave saved it. Why do I have to do this? Am I logged in? Yep. It's not there. It is not there. All right, I opened up Blender again. And I clicked recover last session. I didn't do it. Oh, man. Do I have to do all of that again? Oh, no. Today at 13:11. Nope. It's not there. No. At least it wasn't that much work, but like that's annoying on my own fault. I'm annoying myself. I really need Maddie's extension for Blender that reminds me to save. Maddie, if you're listening, make me one for Blender. I can't believe I did that. Okay. Outliner. Shoot. That sucks. All right. And it was this one, right? Yeah. "45 minutes of work just down the drain." Can I do this within like 10 minutes? Yes, I can. I might not talk much. I'm trying to do it. It's like lots of focus. Oh, hide the cube. Okay. I'm saving. Like every time I do something, I'm saving. Let's apply these modifiers. Apply. Going. Nope. I have to turn this on. Why does it... Oh, it's the normals again. That's right. Okay, so Shift N. Did that? Oh, it's in edit mode. You have to do that. Shift N. Oh, okay. I had to select them the opposite way. Okay. Where's the trash can again? Can handles. Oh, I have to unwrap. I have to UV unwrap these. Oh, unwrap. Look at that real quick. Good enough. Yes, I'm saving right now. Okay, now let's turn on the trash can. No, not these. Where are you? There you are. Apply. Add these together. Edit mode, select everything, unwrap. Back to object mode. All right. Oh, I did not. Oh, I unwrapped it. Let's just look at the UVs real quick. horribly ugly, but good enough. Okay, now delete what I don't need. Delete, 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 delete. Hide this collection, hide this collection. Rename these. This is SM trash can A01, and it is the base 01. Look how fast I am now. Trash can, same thing, lid 01. And then I have to shift A, empty, plain axes. Where'd you go? Where are you? I added it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, and then Control P. Oops, I think it's select this, then select this, then select this. Yes, okay. SM, trash can, A01, 01. Okay, Control save. Whew. What time is it? I did that in like 5 minutes. Amazing. All right. I'm gonna stop the shortcut V thingy, because maybe that was a problem. And export. I have to log into my local host over here? Why? It's like doing that over here. Connecting to localhost. Please sign in using your browser. I did. All right, I think I'm signed in. Maybe that was the problem. I like freaked out because I wasn't like, it was like an old instance of it. I have no idea. Projects, Blender, SM, trash can, A01, 01. Oh, yeah, good point. Let's do that. Save a copy, and let's put it just in my documents, and we're going to call this, we'll call this one backup. Backup. Give a copy. Good idea, Zia. Now let's try to export. Localhost, projects, Blender. We're just gonna keep it. We're not gonna touch any of those because I'm scared, and we're just gonna click OK. And it did it again. Why? Why is it doing that? But I saved this time. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it the connector? I don't know. It might be me. It might be the connector. I don't know. I'll ask someone on the Blender team, and maybe they can help me. Because also my Omniverse is not reporting any crashes. Like I usually get like a ping, but I'm not getting anything. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use the Blender USD exporter. It's not as good, but it is good enough. And we'll put in my downloads just because it's easier to find. I'll just like export like that. All right, let's open this up in Omniverse and see what it looks like before I start closing the stream down. Your Cinema 4D crashed very often today. Something's going on. My internet's like all weird too. I mean, it's not like raining or anything, but like I have a hard time like getting the internet to work. So maybe my PC needs to update. I don't know. All right, Omniverse, come over here. Close out my debugger. Downloads. I have like a million things. There you are. Don't save. All right. It exported everything. That's the thing that sucks about that exporter. But I have my root node and my meshes underneath. They even exported the materials, which I really didn't have anything on there. So I have like a bunch of extra stuff. Just get rid of that. Let's get rid of. This was a trash can. These were materials. I don't need these. I also like don't need that. Let's do our own light. We'll do a dome light. And we have some time. I'm not getting kicked off early today on because usually on Wednesdays I end like 10-15 minutes early, and I don't need to do that today since the stream's not for another hour. So let's try some materials out for the next few minutes. I can't load textures because I am not connected to the materials. Oh no, they're there. So I want like a plastic, right? Plastic. There's a plastic light gray. And if I don't like how light is, I can change it. Yeah, my normals look all right. My lid is at the bottom. Is my material loaded? I guess so. Let's change it to a different gray. So let's change its diffuse to a little bit of a darker gray. I think the lid. Oh, not. I want to move the X form, not the mesh. This would probably get the same material. Let's look at it in path tracing. Let's look at it in a warehouse environment. Small hangar, display riser, exhibition hall. Let's do abandoned parking lot. We would want to create a root cube to put everything else under. In 3ds Max, the empty dummy object looks like a cube bounding box. In Blender, I did empty plane axes. So it's just like, what would a plane axis be described as? There's no object, there's no mesh. It's just like an X form that you would see here in Omniverse. And so all of the transforms are parented to that. So I have like it's root transform, its children, and then meshes are always children of a X form. Yeah, empty plane, shape doesn't matter exactly, as long as it's empty. This is a question we can ask. I'm gonna ask that to Bo. Does the empty type matter? And it is 1:59, so my abandoned parking lot is not loading. Can we just create a root X form in Omniverse? I mean, I guess you could, but I think it'd be easier to just do that in Blender And so when you export everything over, it's already parented for you, and you don't have to go looking for anything. Everything's right there. Because you saw how when I use the Blender USD exporter and not the Omniverse USD exporter, so I got all of my extras that I didn't want, like the camera, the lights, all of the extra meshes that I was creating. I had to go and delete those, but these I knew where they were because they're right here. So I think just probably better. Although you can see my mistake that I made in Blender, my plane axes, the empty object, I did not put at the center of my object. Whoopsie daisy. So look, now that's off. So whoops, I'd have to fix that. You need an object to indicate the origin. Yeah, right. That would be its origin. They're all parented to this. So when I move it, it's parented to it. It's following its origin point, but mine's a little off. Mine's a little crooked. I want to see what it looks like in an abandoned parking lot, but I'm having trouble loading it. You can hear my GPU working over there. If I look in real time, the lighting looks really strange. I'm happy with these materials. I don't think we need to bring this into Substance. Unless we want to add like some like noise to it. Maybe we can do that just for fun though. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up after I save this for one. Nope, that's not what I want to save. This. I want to save this. We're going to save selected. Okay, so what should I do on Monday? Maybe Monday we take this into Substance and we do the live connector between Substance Painter and Omniverse and see like and add like a little bit of noise so it has like some texture to the light gray material. Maybe we do that on Monday because we haven't used the Substance Live connector in quite some time, and I think I'm a little bit more familiar with it now than I was last time. Add some scratches, some orange peel texture to it, right? Some good ones to learn. This has been quite a journey. Okay, I'm going to start closing out here. Thank you all for your participation and helping me over the last few streams, getting this modeling done and learning the USD conventions with me. Make sure you don't miss the one with Bo in about an hour, same place, NVIDIA Omniverse, Twitch, or YouTube, wherever you're watching. I'm going to be on it, just hanging out with Bo, Edmar, and Wendy. So I will see you all in an hour. Okay, bye.